Here's the image that you chose this morning to draw a painting of. Now, if you wanted to change and get rid of a little bit on the right-hand side, like we talked about, then I would go ahead and do that at this point. Figure out, you don't want these two shapes to be exactly the same, but getting that door to slide over a little bit, I don't know how much of that you might want to consider taking off, but you may just want to go with the original. It's completely up to you. If you didn't like the window here, you wouldn't have to paint it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this picture, and I've left a little bit of the white edge. I think that's fine. I want to line the edge of the image up with the edge of the paper on both sides. And then I'm going to take a ruler and I'm going to draw a diagonal line from the upper left-hand corner down to the lower right-hand corner. And I can make this painting any size I want. This is the piece of paper that I wanted to use. So I'm going to extend that line right down. Now I could bring it all the way over to the edge of the paper. And wherever it touches the edge of the paper is where I would then want to trim off the bottom of the paper. This is too much paper for this painting. And when I try to start sketching it, it's not going to line up. The other thing you could do is you could say, no, I just want a painting to be about, I don't know, this size. And then you can just draw those lines. I find it best to use one of these little rulers so that my lines are parallel to the top and bottom of the paper and to the two sides of the paper. So then what you would do is you would just cut this paper. Frankly, I kind of like tearing it because you get more of a deckled edge. You just fold it, and you can even use a little bit of water. Once you've folded it, there'll be a crease and you can dampen the paper. It'll tear a little bit more easily. Once you've done that, you're then going to take a ruler and divide your image in half. This image is 2 inches by, or it's 4, I'm doing 2, and it's 1 1/4. And I'm going to draw my lines right onto my reference image. Again, making sure that those lines are parallel. So I've got a line going across that way and a line going across this way. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to find the middle, which is 4 1/4. And so I basically made this about twice, a little bit more than twice the size that it was. You'll find online that images can be very, very small. So if you were able to print the image out to the exact size that you want to paint it, well then have at it. Now that I've got my crosshairs in here, I can erase any of the lines I don't want. And now I can start placing my elements in. I typically start like with the center, and I can see that this beam doesn't quite come all the way to the top. Actually, that's where maybe that piece goes. And then the beam snakes in just a little bit, and I can start laying in all the elements. And that's how you will do your drawing.